Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sincerely Agile with Mary. Now, as you can see, I am already in the festive mood. Definitely, it's been a long year, it's been a difficult year, and I am just ready to down my tools and enjoy my 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year of no work. It is such a pleasure to have you join me again on my on Sincerely Agile with Mary, and as we wrap up for the year. So today it's going to be me, myself, and I. Today it's going to be me, myself, and I, and we're looking at improving for new beginnings. Quite appropriate. It's been a long year, difficult year. We're winding down. We want to go and get energized so that we can be ready for 2022. So we're just going to be looking back. It's all about looking back on some of the, great shows we've had, some of the great topics we've had, the amazing guests we've had, and getting energized for the future. Now, Sincerely Agile with Mary, as you know, on this show, it's all about learning, unlearning, and relearning. It's all about making change agents of ourselves. And of course, it's a platform where we want to be awesome and wholesome together. And when we talk about being awesome and wholesome together, we actually mean it. We really, really do mean it. So on this show, it's all about passing on our wisdom, not our suffering. Passing on our wisdom, not our suffering. I can see a few people joining us already. Let me go to the comment section. Hey, Victoria is here, Ronke is here. Nice to have you. I think we have people on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, nice to have you. Yeah, Grace, I see you. Nice to have you. Let us know where you're calling from. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Now, it's been quite a year, like I said already. The show started in January. This is our 43rd episode, 43. It's been quite a journey. Quite a journey it has been. So let me remind us about how it all started. Let's remind ourselves of how it started. I'm just going to show you a clip. It's just about a minute of how it all started.
COVID gave every company a boot camp in agility. And when I talk about business agility, I want you to think beyond Agile, which is Scrum and Kanban.
I think the reality today is that technology, as exemplified by the internet and social media, has changed the way we do things.
A lot of them, schools have been closed, and childcare is the primary responsibility of the woman. So whether she's in the informal sector, whether she's in the formal sector, she's had to make sure that she's keeping her children educated.
People don't know your uniqueness is in your actions, what you're doing. Is in the simplest things you do. Is in your smile.
Right. Can you hear me? Can you let me know if you can hear me? All of a sudden I saw on mute. So could you hear me from the beginning, Ronke? Can you just let me know? Perhaps you didn't hear me from the beginning, did you? Okay, nice to have you all here. I just suddenly saw on mute, so I'm not sure if I was talking to myself from the very beginning. Okay, nice to have you all here. So that was just a quick clip, taking us back to how it all started. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice to have you. Thank you so much. So now back to my banners. Now, like I said before, it's about passing on our wisdom, not our suffering. So on this show, we try as much as possible to cover different topics and to bring, experts from different areas, so that they can come and share their wisdom, their experiences with us, so that we can learn from it. Because I'm of the opinion that there's just no wisdom in people making the same mistakes other people who have gone ahead of them have already made. So earlier on in the show, we had Lizzie Morris. And Lizzie was talking about humanity and professionalism in the workplace. And one of the main questions I posed to her was that, could our quest for professionalism have come at a cost to humanity? And her response to that was all day, every day. Now, when we look at what has happened in the last, since last year, one of the interesting things about COVID is that it has been quite difficult. It has been challenging. But paradoxically, as much as it is hard to believe, there have been some benefits, because it's as though COVID forced a balance between professionalism and humanity. That is the way I see it. Let me know what your thoughts are about, the nature of COVID being also a benefit. What are your thoughts on that? It's as though COVID forced, a balance between professionalism and humanity. Now, let me give you what my experience has been like. Before COVID, I traveled a lot, and I mean a lot. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Norway, Brussels, traveling for work. So that meant I was away from my family a lot. So when we went into lockdown and I suddenly had to be home, I actually went like, that was a lot of travel. But we did those things without even thinking about it. I was on the train, I was on the Eurostar, I was flying very frequently. And when it stopped, it was only then that I realized how much I had been on the road, as it were, and how much I had been away from my family. Today, when I get a call about any gig, the first thing I ask is it fully remote? That's the first thing I ask. Is it fully remote? Now, I'm not going to totally turn down a job that is hybrid, but for now, I have a choice. And I'm going to take advantage of that choice because it is there. And I can only ask those questions today because COVID forced that situation. So what has your experience been like? What has it been like for you? Ronke's here, Christopher Lumber, hello, Victoria, Grace. What has it been like for you? Let's have your views in the comments if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let's have your views in the comments. What has it been like for you working from home? Do you want to go back to the office, or are you loving it just like I am? Let us know. Let us know. Okay. Okay. So back to my banners while I wait for some of your comments to come in. We also had Trufi. And Trufi on the show was talking about imposter syndrome. And again, with this topic, what stood out for me was, what could imposter syndrome have possibly rubbed us off? I can see some comments now. Yemi says, I'm loving it at home. Absolutely. And I know you became a father recently. So I guess this has given you the opportunity to play that role, extremely well. Ronke is saying, love remote working. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I have also had the opportunity to spend more time with my grandson. To get to know him better. I mean, I only saw him at the weekend for a very long time. It was just, an opportunity to see him at the weekend. But now I'm babysitting for my grandson a few days a week, which is absolutely awesome. And Femi, what of people that do not have an option but to be in the office? Well, we're not dismissing that, Femi. We're not dismissing that. I'm talking from my perspective. I mean, if I were a doctor, I wouldn't be working from home, right? If I were a nurse, I wouldn't be working from home. If I'm a bus driver, I can't drive that bus in my house. So, but for my context, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But having said that, aside from working from home, talking about how COVID has, brought about to a great extent a balance between professionalism and humanity, I think there's a benefit there for everybody. There's a huge benefit there for everybody, because going back a few decades, like I've said a few times on this show, we human beings were treated as robots within the organization. And one thing I always say is, before we are anything, before you're a CEO, before you're a doctor, before you're a lawyer, we are humans. Okay? But traditionally, our organizations have been designed as though people are robots. We are not. And I think COVID has emphasized the fact that we are humans and we have feelings, and we cry, we laugh, we have good days and we have bad days, and that it is okay to bring our humanity to work. I mean, for a very long time, it was as though as you approached your office, you needed to switch, take off your humanity and put on your professionalism. It doesn't work like that. But for the most part, that has been the way things looked like. With COVID, I mean, bringing about that balance, the fact still remains that some leaders still felt they could install spyware on their workers' system just to monitor their movement. Are they working? Are they sleeping? So there are some people that will always, be in that space, in that mindset. But there were a lot of leaders who really tapped into their own humanity so that they can show up for their workforce. Okay, I mean, like we always say, you have theory Y, you have theory X. It will always be the case, no matter what. There will always be people who believe, forcing people to work is the way to go. Not trusting people is the way to go. But I feel there has been a lot of benefits. So I hope that helps Femi. So oh yes, I have a grandson. Absolutely, dope. I do have a grandson. And he's going to be 4 years old by the end of this month. He's going to be 4 years old. Yeah, I'm a grandma and I'm loving it. Thank you, Dope. Yes, I have a grandson. Okay, so back to my banners. We were talking about imposter syndrome with Trufi. And what struck me there was, what could we have possibly missed because of imposter syndrome? What could we have missed because of imposter syndrome? Because at the end of the day, as humans, we are unique, we are creative, we are resourceful, but often there's so much we think about, there's so much we dream about, but we can be easily blocked by fear. We can be easily blocked by fear. And talking about imposter syndrome, starting this show, starting Sincerely Agile with Mary, like I have said a few times, was not without fear. Okay? It wasn't without fear. And when the fear creeps in, there's a whole lot of stuff racing through your mind. Okay? One will be, will people like the show or whatever it is you want to do? Will people feel it's adding value? You could also be thinking, oh my God, can I cope? Especially when you're already very, very busy. Can I cope? Because it is a lot of work. Coming live every Sunday is a lot of work. I mean, the show is only a 1 hour window, but I tell you, for a few hours before that hour, your consciousness, it's all about the show. And a few days before, of course, I'm thinking about my guests. I'm thinking about the topics. I'm thinking about the questions I want to ask. I have to do some research. But hey, this is what I love to do. So it is work, but it doesn't really feel like work for me because it's a win-win situation. It is a win-win situation. It keeps me sharp. It definitely keeps me sharp. Okay? And for me, using this platform to energize people, to inspire people, to encourage people, to give back to the community, gives me fulfillment. It gives me perhaps even more fulfillment than the ones that puts, a few dosh in my account. It does. So I hope you're loving it as much as I am loving it. So, imposter syndrome. What have we robbed ourselves of because of imposter syndrome? Now, when I think about imposter syndrome, I often use this analogy that a fellow consultant told me about so many years ago, Francesca. She said, imagine that you are in the house and the house is your comfort zone. And there's a balcony, right? So when you're within the house, you're in a very safe space, because nobody can see you. But when you step out into the balcony, then suddenly you are under scrutiny. The whole world can see you. You could, catch a bullet, perhaps. Some people may like you, some people may not like you, and that's okay. But stepping out into that balcony takes courage. And the fear of stepping out into that balcony may well be what stops you from doing that which you had dreamt of doing or which you can do. So when we think about imposter syndrome, honestly, I often always wonder what that might have robbed a lot of us of. Can you relate with what I am saying? Okay, someone here saying Merry Christmas. Is absolutely Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Christopher Lumber, working from home has been a kind of sweet pill as some of us miss the face-to-face interaction. Yes, I am a coach, so I do love people. I like engaging with people. I miss the interaction because often from work, we will go to the pub, we will go to, go and have some lunch together, or, there's an office party going on. I do miss that. But at this point in my life, I'm loving it. And I'm loving it because of the benefit, most especially that comes for me, for my family. Okay. So I have a grandson, I have a daughter who is trying to get back on track with, all the things that she wants to do. And working from home then makes me available to be able to babysit, in the evenings, which works. So it's not like I'm rushing back from work to come and babysit. I'm just there. She brings him over and I'm able to babysit. So yes, I do miss the face-to-face as well. But for now, this is working for me and I'm loving it. Kemi says I can relate. Absolutely, Kemi. There's so much that imposter syndrome has robbed us of. Now, still on the subject of imposter syndrome, I was watching a video recently, and this is actually going to be my present to you. I'm going to share the link with you. I was watching a video, and it was a beautiful lady, Caroline McHugh. She's a TEDx speaker. And she said something. She said, do you have 15 years experience? Or is it 1 year experience repeated 15 times? Now, that is deep. That is deep. So I want us to take a moment to look at this statement and ask ourselves, are we challenging ourselves? Or are we just repeating the same thing year in, year out? When I heard her say that, I just went, wow. Do you have 15 years experience? Or is it 1 year experience repeated 15 times? That really made me think. And I want to challenge us today, especially as we are going into the new year. That is the whole purpose of this, show with which we're wrapping up this year, just to energize us and to just help us think just that little bit deeper about, what we hope for in 2022 and how we want to go about it. One more comment there I see. Kemi said, wow, absolutely, that is deep, isn't it? Wow. Do we have 15 years experience, or is it 1 year experience, repeated every year for 15 years? It really does make you think, because sometimes we get caught up. I think that's the right word to use. Sometimes we just get caught up in a space, in a particular job. I get very bored very quickly. That's one of the problems I've had. I'm a very restless person. I get bored very quickly. I like to be doing stuff, not just busy, but doing stuff that adds value. I remember in 2000 and I think it was year 2001. At the time, I was working with British Petroleum. And I remember sitting on a beautiful summer's day, sitting in, and British Petroleum, they have the best offices, honestly. I was in the Hemel office, nice grounds. In the summer, we used to take our sandwiches out there. And I remember sitting with a colleague and I was just dreaming away. And I was talking about how I wanted to start an online business. This was in 2001. I wanted to start an online business selling women's lingerie. That was a dream then. I wanted to sell women's lingerie, and I had a name for it. It was my initials and the 3 letters of my last name, Molan. It was going to be Molan Lingerie. And it was all here in my head. And I wanted to do that. And I had called for a lot of brochures from Paris. You know, I had about 10 brochures all over my house. And I started thinking about what I could do, because I always wanted to start my own business before I turned 40. That was always my ambition. That by the time I was 40 years old, I didn't want to work for nobody. I wanted to be working on my own terms, working for myself and on my own terms. That was the dream. But somehow that sort of just fizzled out. I never did it. I never did. Hello, Mary. Oh, good evening. Good evening, Auntie Lola. Good evening. It's been an amazing year for this show. Thank you, Yemi. It's been an amazing year. I'm happy you feel that way. I'm happy, you find it as a show that adds value, because you invest 1 hour with me every Sunday. So I'm happy to hear that. So as I was saying, I never got around to starting that lingerie business, but that was in 2001. So for me, I'm a restless person, but I went on to own a restaurant. So imagine leaving technology to own a restaurant and blah, 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 blah. But with the restaurant business, I got tired of that too, because the space I really, really love is the intellectual space. I mean, those who know me from way, way, way back know I'm a little bit of a bookworm. I love reading. I love education. I love the intellectual space. So after about, I think, 9 years, I got tired of that. So I'm happy to be back in the intellectual space. I'm happy being a consultant. I'm happy helping individuals, teams, and the organizations to become a better version of themselves. So that is a spot that I enjoy so much, and that is why doing what I do right now doesn't feel like work for me. For me, I feel like a footballer, doing just what they love, kicking a ball around. So this is my ball that I'm kicking around right now. I'm just looking at more comments here. Kemi says she can relate. Christopher says yes. Okay, cool. Let me go back. Ronke is saying something here. Let me see what Ronke is saying. So true, you get to hear companies say things like you could hear a dog barking, yeah, baby crying. When you call to speak to someone as part of their automated messages, humanity definitely forcefully brought into the workplace by COVID. Absolutely. I was in a meeting one morning, and my daughter was supposed to have picked up because he sleeps over. He sleeps over 4 nights a week. And my daughter was supposed to have picked him up by 8:30. Normally, she would have picked him up by 8:30, but she missed the train, or the train was cancelled. So my grandson was still here at 8:30 in the morning. Normally, he would be gone. And I had my check-in with my boss, so to speak. And I said, my grandson is here, so you're going to be hearing some funny noises in the background. And at that moment, my grandson actually came close to me, and I actually pulled him closer to me so he could see my grandson. And I mean, his name is Mali. So I pulled him closer to me so he could see Mali. And he was like, oh, hello. I mean, who would have thought that this would happen in a work setting, for crying out loud? And, it has just totally changed how we see things. And for me, I like that, because like I said before, humanity before anything else. Humanity before anything else. And working from home, a lot of people have been actually much more productive. A lot of people have been extremely productive working from home. Right. Okay, and Buki says, and that's why it's advisable to drive one's career and change roles on average every 3 years. Now, you are responding to the statement by Caroline there. Even if in the same organization, year 1, learn the role, year 2, prove the knowledge gained, and year 3, add value. Then time to change. Absolutely. Now, gone are the days when we had a job for life. Gone are the days when we had a job for life. With the millennials today, even with organizations like Google, I mean, Google apparently is one of the best places to work. And you would think that because Google is a great place to work, that people stayed forever. They don't. The millennials especially, they get bored very quickly. They are changing jobs on average of, I think, 2 to 3 years. They're changing jobs. So yes, it is important that we don't get caught up. It is so important that we don't get caught up, that we are very conscious about, learning and, evolving and doing different things, especially, in today's world. Things are moving very quickly. They are moving extremely fast. So that was on imposter syndrome. And then we had courageous, that was me talking about stepping out into the balcony. What might this be for you in 2022? Now, going back to stepping out into the balcony, it can be scary, but we really need to step out in spite of that fear, which is what I did with this show. It wasn't as though I didn't have butterflies in my tummy, like I said before. But is this what I would love to do? Yes. Is there value in it? A win-win for everybody? Yes. Have I thought about it deeply? Yes, I did. So in spite of that fear, I pressed on. And here we are 1 year later, right? Here we are 1 year later. And then we had Diana Osage. Diana talked about, the topic with Diana was when leadership is the impediment. When leadership is the impediment. And again, to a great extent, I think COVID has helped leaders to think differently. Okay. Now, for a very long time, the mindset was that the leaders, they are the ones with all the answers. They set the direction. We follow. We do as directed by the leaders. But over the years, we've come to see that, you know what, the environment is too complex. No one person has the answers. So as leaders, we need to, evolve in that role. It's no longer a role of command and control in this environment. If you stay in that space of command and control, you will very quickly run your business down. And we have seen organizations where, organizations that should have been, the best in their industry and the most successful in their industry, nobody even remembers them anymore. And that is because they were slow to respond to management styles. They were slow to respond to, the market forces. So again, COVID has helped leaders to, rethink their role. And going into 2022, they need to do even more of that, especially with the current, situation that we have, where people have become more empowered. For example, like I said, as of today, if I get any call about any gig, the first thing I'm asking is it fully remote? Because of the personal plans I have with my family for the next 3 years. Okay, so the leadership role is one that has to evolve, and it is evolving. But like I said before, some people still feel the need, they don't trust their staff. They put spyware on their laptop and stuff like that. But it is evolving, and COVID has helped, and I like that. And we need to give credit to a lot of leaders who really tapped into their humanity and who created spaces in this current situation for their workers, for their employees to actually thrive. So kudos to them. We also had Christopher Bramley. And when he came on the show, we were talking about sense making. And I just talked about how the environment is complex. When we're dealing with humans, when we're dealing with our environments today, it's all very complex, okay? And humans are a great mystery to one another. So when we say we're, operating in a complex environment, it's not just about the leaders alone. The responsibility to create safe spaces is not just down to the leaders alone. It's also down to us. And because of the complex environment in which we have to operate, we are all working in one team or the other. You are always going to be in one team or another. So when you are within a team, working in a team, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? So anytime we find ourselves in a team, in a group, we must always ask, how do we show up in order to make that space, in order to make should I say, our collaborative spaces? How can we make that safer? By our actions and inactions. So it is so important to think more of how we show up, because most of the time we want stuff, but we are not actually asking ourselves what we do to make it that way. You can't just wish for a great team. You can't just wish for it. You have to work towards it. And we all have a role to play there. So psychological safety is not just something that happens, and it's not just another buzzword. It is not just another buzzword. We all have a role to play in that. Let's look at your comments. Okay. Grace says, I think working from home has helped a number of people to be self-motivated. Yes, that has helped. It may have also demotivated some people, because some people like to be with other people. Some people like to be in the office. Some people, I mean, some of us like our solitary, environment and all that, but it may have been the total opposite, just like somebody was saying earlier as well. It may have been the total opposite. Stella, okay, there's a comment there from Maya. Stepping into the balcony and making the moves we desire can be scary. However, in spite of that fear, we must step out. Absolutely. Hello, Stella. Nice to have you here. Hi, Mary. What a great life experience shared. Motivating. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Don. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you. You've had some amazing guests. Thank you. And you have been my guest, and you have been amazing. And not only are you amazing online, you're even more amazing offline. So thank you, Stella. Thank you for being a great friend. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Joy says compliments of the season. Same to you, Joy. Same to you. Same to you. Right. So back to my banners. We were talking about sense making. Humans are great mysteries to one another. And when we talk about, the agile onion, we often talk about how, the mindset is the most important, not the tools, not the processes, not the practices. But guess what? Our behaviors, the mindset, how we show up, these are things that are not, they are intangible. They are intangible, but they are the most important. And of course, we need to put in all the effort so that we can create safe spaces for ourselves. And then I had Adi, Dike, and Femi Odelusi. Now, both of them, Adi was talking about women in board roles. Femi, we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we talked about our biases and all that. Now, in our current environment, organizations that are not paying attention to diversity, equity, and inclusion will soon pay the price for it. They will soon pay the price for it. But luckily, a lot of organizations are becoming more sensitive to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because the millennials, what they're looking for is totally different. And with the current climate, your organization is always one tweet away from being, the best it can possibly be, or, collapsed. One tweet can wreck your organization. One tweet can make or break your organization. But however, talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, organizations have a role to play to bring more diversity. And when we talk about diversity, we're not just talking about color. It's not just about, color or gender. It's more than that. But let's bring it down to maybe minority, just for the benefit of my conversation today. And one of the questions I want to amplify, especially for someone who is promoting diversity within the agile space, is that it's one thing for organizations to be pressured into being more diverse. It's another thing that we are also investing in ourselves so that we can be ready for those opportunities. It is important that we are also investing in ourselves so that we can be ready for those opportunities, because they will come. Those opportunities will come. Those opportunities will come because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of pressure on organizations to be much more diverse. But when those opportunities come, will you be ready? because I don't think there will ever be a time when anybody is just going to get a call. I don't, foresee any time soon where I'm going to get a call and it will go like this. Hello, Mary. We see you're a Black woman in her 50s. And for this reason, we have this amazing job for you just because you're a Black woman. I don't think that's going to happen. So we still have to merit it. We still have to be ready for that job by empowering ourselves, by, investing in ourselves. So we do have work to do there. Let me have your thoughts on that. What do you think about diversity, equity, and inclusion? And what are your thoughts on us also getting ready for those opportunities? Let me pause for a minute. Love that we are all responsible for cultivating a safe space for the team. Absolutely. We're all very, very responsible for that. You're not just going to, wish it. It's not just going to happen. Everybody has a role to play to ensure that we have safe spaces. And another thing that I would like to talk about is that when we get into a team, it is important to think about it as, being there for the long term and really, really investing in that. Because before now, especially when we work in projects, people are brought into a team, and after the project is achieved, the team is disbanded. But today, when we talk about agile teams especially, we're looking for teams that can be together for the long term. So if you're going to be in this team for a while, even if it's for a short while, you want to wake up every morning to go to work. And it doesn't matter whether it's physical or remote. We want to wake up every morning to know that you're going into a space that is safe, a space where you can express yourself, a space where your voice is valued. Okay. But in order to have that, you also need to give. That is how I like to say it. You also need to give. DE&I makes for richer, fuller, robust products. Yes, it does. I was invited to moderate a conference for diversity in software development. And one of the things that came up was the fact that a lot of software organizations, they are producing software for the world. They are producing software for the world. So everybody is using their software. White, Black, Asian, we are all using their software. But the survey showed that the workforce wasn't exactly diverse enough. So how does that make for richer product? So it's actually to their benefit. Every organization today, it is actually to their benefit to have a diverse workforce, because there's more return on investment, apparently. There's a return on investment in doing that. Stella, like you said, I want to get a job on merit rather than on my gender or age. Absolutely. I have so much value to bring to the table and not there to be a number. Exactly. This is what I don't want to hear or want to see. I'm not looking for sympathy. That's not what I'm looking for. I get a job. I want to get that job based on merit. And that is why I'm emphasizing that here. We're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but are we getting ready to get the job? Are we investing in ourselves? I can't even begin to tell you how much I have spent investing in myself in the last 2 years. It's a lot of money, okay? But it's a return on investment for me. It's a return on our individuality, if you like. We bring so much to the table, but we need to continue to grow, right? We need to continue to grow. It's like saying I can sing. Not that I can sing, and I'm not going to block your ears trying to sing. I can't sing. But if I could sing, it doesn't mean I'll just pick up the microphone and think I'm going to be a star overnight. I'm going to have to invest in somebody, maybe to train my voice or whatever, so that I can be better at it, so that I can have star performance. The same goes with our career. We need to keep improving ourselves. We need to keep improving ourselves. Yes, Stella, thank you for agreeing with me. We need to have this on merit. We need to be ready. It's not going to fall on our lap. So we need to start prioritizing our money properly. Start investing, on yourself and in yourself. Okay. You said it already, Mary. We have to be ready by investing in ourselves to merit whatever opportunity comes our way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Believe it or not, this show, Sincerely Agile with Mary, I attend job interviews sometimes and they're like, tell us about your show, Sincerely Agile with Mary. Some interviewers know about my show because they're on LinkedIn. They know about my show. So I go for interviews and they're like, tell us about Sincerely Agile with Mary. And I'm feeling cool. When they say that, I'm feeling really cool, I must tell you. So that's good. That's good. So all this effort, it does pay off. So we should be investing in ourselves. Absolutely. From Christopher, the most important question is, are you ready when the opportunity shows up at your door? Exactly. Take the drive. Always arm yourself with a mentor if you are in any doubt. We must keep developing ourselves. We should reach out. And one of the reasons we have all these communities springing up now, there's always one community to reach out to. There's always something out there for somebody. LinkedIn user, one tweet away from being the best or the worst company. Absolutely. Coach Mary always asks, what is our brand in terms of diversity, quality, and inclusiveness? It is all about feeling safe, and it is, about everybody feeling safe. Absolutely. Love you, Mary. You are so authentic. Oh, thank you, darling. That's my sister, by the way. Thank you so much. So let's see. What else do I have here for you? I'm taking a break, and I think I deserve it. I'm definitely taking a break, and we will be back January 16th. But before I leave you today, Mayowa, if you're there, please share this link. Now, there's a video I want you to watch. This is my Christmas gift to you. So I'm Santa right now. Yeah, I'm Santa right now. So I'm giving you a gift, a virtual gift, and it's a video by Caroline McHugh. She's a TEDx speaker. Trust me, I've lost count of how many times I have watched this video. Please try and make time to watch this video. Try and make time to watch it. There'll be something in there for you. There were quite a few things in there for me. And trust me, there will be something in there for you. It's about, finding ourselves. That's what it is. It is about finding ourselves. Trust me, Mayowa, please share it. Please share the link. I'm showing the link, but if you can hear me, please share the link so that our audience can see the link. Okay. Well-deserved break. Absolutely, Ronke. It's been quite a year working. I've got my cohorts, Saturdays and Sundays. And then I am a member of a leadership cohort where I am, getting developed. So I'm doing that. And then I have family life to worry about, right? So yes, it's been quite a journey. So I can't wait to just down my tools. And I went shopping yesterday, so the house is full with all sorts, both English and Nigerian food. The house is full, so I'm just ready to cook. I mean, my children, they are lucky I'm in the mood to even cook for them. So I'm going to cook for Christmas because those of you who know me, I don't like cooking anymore. I don't like cooking anymore. I just don't like cooking anymore. I want to be served. I want somebody to do the cooking and bring it to me. That is where I am, sort of. And that's coming from being a restaurant owner. I got tired of cooking. Totally got tired of cooking. Kemi is saying, well done, Mary. Well, thank you. If you want to be in line for high flying jobs, it's absolutely necessary to invest in yourself. It not only adds value to what you bring to the table, but gives you the confidence to push for what you richly deserve. We need to keep pushing. We need to keep pushing. We really need to keep doing that. If you were to give an advice, a gift from Santa Mary, Santa Mary, I have a new title now, to propel us in 2022 in a short sentence, what would that be? Keep moving. Keep investing in yourself. And more importantly, read. I hope you got that bookie. Keep reading. Now, why am I saying keep reading? There's something I always say. If you exhaust your data, okay, this is what I say. If you exhaust your data, and by the time you have exhausted your data, you have learned nothing new, it is synonymous to paying tuition and not going to classes. So I hope you caught that booking. Now, we live at a time now where the illiterates, of the future are people. It's not, I mean, I think I read that somewhere. It's not people who can't read or write, but it's people who can't, continuously develop themselves with technology and so many things. But reading is also very important. It is very, because people don't read anymore. People, look, I'm just going to show you a book. Let me grab it. I bought this book. This book came yesterday. This book came yesterday. You see that? Enterprise Agile Coaching. I am an Enterprise Agile coach. I've just bought a book that just came out by Sherry Silas and some of her colleagues. Okay. Now, I sent a message to Sherry. I sent a message to her when the book arrived. I said, Sherry, you and your partners in crime have just ruined my Christmas holiday. But I said, you have ruined it in a good way. So I'm going to be digesting this. I'm already on page 67. This came just yesterday. Yesterday this came, and I am already on page 67. So Bookie, as you can see, I'm telling you to do what I do. Read. Read, read, read. Because people don't read anymore. People don't read anymore. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be on Instagram and be watching skits. I watch skits. I watch comedy. I listen to music. I mean, those who know me know I love music. I love music a lot. So I listen to music a lot. And when I'm exhausted, when I'm tired, I want to relax. I want to crack my ribs with laughter. I go on to, any of the social media platform, Facebook or Instagram. I watch skits like Brother Shaggy, all those funny comedy stuff. I watch them and I laugh. But please, if you want to be successful as a professional, read. Buy books and read. For me, some of the things that work for me, I spend time alone a lot. I'm not an antisocial person. In fact, if you ever invite me to a party, you will see that I love to party, okay? But I don't go to parties that often. But when I do, I really do enjoy myself, okay? So please read. And you will be happy you did. I have so many books. I buy books a lot. And it has helped me a lot because I'm a self-directed learner. Bearing in mind, I've been a consultant for about 14 years now. I am a self-directed learner. I do a lot of research, and it has really enriched my life. And it has helped me to help people. Okay? It has helped me to help people. So, Bookie, I hope that helps. Can we put in the comments, please, so that we can copy it directly? What do you want to copy? Is it are you talking about the link? I've put the link in the comment. Is Mayowa here? My assistant should be here doing all of that. Anyway, so let me just highlight people's comments. So Bookie, I hope that helps. Femi, I will come back to you. We'll be inviting myself to get a taste of your cooking. I should be coming to your house because I don't like cooking, okay? Well done, Mary. You deserve the break. Merry Christmas and season's greetings. Same to you, Christopher. You got it loud and clear. Fantastic. People don't read anymore. People don't read anymore. And because people don't read anymore, people like you and I who like to read, we're going to be the one, smiling all the way to the bank. Trust me. Keep learning and investing in yourself. Absolutely. What I need you to do, Mayowa, is please paste that link so that people can copy it and watch that video by Caroline McHughes. Living what you preach. Mary, continuous learning. Absolutely. 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 Grace, those who are afraid to be themselves, yes, they will work for those who are not afraid. Quote is not mine. Absolutely. I think actually this quote also was mentioned in the video that I'm asking you to watch. Can you share the TEDx link later on, please? I will share it. If Mayowa is not hearing what I'm saying, I will share it because once this show ends, I will put it in the link. And if I think I've actually put it on one of my posts actually, but I will do that again. Trust me, you will watch that video more than once. You will. Wishing you all the best of Christmas. Can see Mary, you're already in the mood. Absolutely, I am in the mood. But please, let's all be careful and vigilant in the current state of affairs. Absolutely, I'm not leaving my house. I'm here with my family. I've done all the shopping, and perhaps I'm going to go back midweek again to do some more shopping because there must be food in the house. I don't care about gaining any weight right now. I just want to enjoy myself. Femi, the link, you will get the link. Trust me, you will get the link. The TEDx YouTube, absolutely, you will get the link. I'm surprised Mayowa is not posting the link, because he should be posting it. I think he has posted it now. There you go. There you go. That's the link. The Art of Being Yourself. The Art of Being Yourself. Absolutely. Please watch this video. She's just brilliant. She's just absolutely amazing. And there is just something about her voice as well that is just so soothing, so authentic. And please, when you watch the video, I would like for you to come back on the post and, paste your comments there. Post your comment, please. I really would like to have feedback on what you got out of that video, please. I really would like that feedback. So please, after watching the video, let's have your comment. Can't wait to get the link. You will get it. Yes, Merry Christmas. And I think I'm slowly coming to the end of this now. So for 2022, I have my glass of, it's not champagne, it's just, I think, cider, to toast to all of you. I want to make a toast to all of you. So wishing you the best of 2022 as we continue to evolve, okay? We are going to evolve in 2022. We're not going to stay stagnant. We are going to thrive together, and we're going to flourish together, okay? On this show, we talk about being awesome and wholesome together, and we mean that from the bottom of our hearts. Being awesome and wholesome together. So I'm just going to drink to good health, long life, and the best to you and your family for 2022. So any more questions? Any more questions? This is also about Q&A. Any more questions? Kemi, you will see. Don't worry. I'll post it again. Any more questions? Do you have any questions for me before we go? We've got less than 10 minutes. Yes, cheers to you. Cheers to you, Kemi. Cheers, Daddy. Cheers, everybody. I really do wish you the best of 2022. I mean, we've all had a very challenging 2020 and 2021. So 2022 is going to be better for each and every one of us. But like we always say, it's not just about wishing these things. It is about actually taking action. And this last show, the goal was just to energize us, think about, where we need to step up. I mean, I know where I need to step up. And that's one of the beauty of that video. When you watch that video, the video talks about the true mirror. It talks about the true mirror, where when you truly look at that true mirror, you will see something. You will see something. So please make sure you do watch it. Hello, Kenneth. How are you? Nice to have you here. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. What is your New Year? I don't do New Year resolutions. I don't. I just want to get better in every way. One of the things that I'll have to do is, step out a bit more and walk. I need to do, I'm a middle-aged woman, so I'm piling up the fat around the belly area. So I need to walk. I need to walk a little bit more. I need to do that more. That's one thing I've not been able to do consistently. Exercising and walking. New beginnings to us, absolutely. New beginnings. And guess what? It's a great way for me to be wrapping up the year. 3 of my mentees got a job offer. 3 of my mentees will be starting January as Scrum Masters. Now, I feel like Santa already gave me my present, because that's what we've been working hard for people to, more people to come into the Agile space, more diversity into the Agile space. And that is happening one mentee at a time. So 3 success stories this month, all happened this month. So I'm really, really excited about that. Can't still find the link. Don't worry, Don, I will make sure you get it. I will make sure. This is it here. This is the link here. Mayowa seemed to have pasted it. This is the link here, but I will paste it again. Trust me, you want to watch this video. You want to watch this video. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Stella. I can't wait to catch up with you, Stella. Yes, I can't wait to catch up with you as well. Kemi, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Congratulations to them all. Yes, indeed. Yes, we're going to call it yes, thanks for the gift, Santa. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, congratulations to all our new Scrum Masters. 3, 2 in the UK, one in Nigeria. How awesome is that? That is awesome, isn't it? And you might see, look at me grinning from ear to ear, because that's what we do every Saturday and Sunday. We're working really hard to get people into these Scrum Master roles. We have a 3-month cohort that we've been working hard with. Yes. Okay. One more comment. Sure. Okay. Okay, so this is where I'm going to say bye-bye to everybody. I can't thank you, my audience, enough for showing up every single Sunday. Showing up every Sunday. Ronke is just pasting it again. My pleasure. That's the link again. Ronke has just posted it. It's a great one for everyone to watch. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for investing your time here. I hope I have added as much, value. I hope I've added value. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. And like I said, we will be back January 16. And when we come back January 16, we're going to be looking at delegating. We're going to be looking at delegating. And I think that is a great topic to start the year with, because sometimes we take on too much. And because we are taking on too much, we are not as efficient and as effective as we can otherwise be. So I think that is a great topic to start the year with. So until next year, have a lovely Christmas and all the best of 2022 from my family to your family. All the very best. So I'm going to have to say bye-bye here, because I can go on. I can go on. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.